Good morning, Caedan. I'm a little late to the dance here. How did it all work out that you became the starter? What were you told the week you were going to become the starter, and how did you? What was your first reaction to it?
I mean, yeah, I was just called in and, told that I was going to be given an opportunity to start at right tackle that week, and that Will was going to be at right guard. So I definitely just wanted to utilize Will at right guard, knowing that he played right tackle, and try to just fill in my role as best as I could for the week. And I feel like that's what we did. But I was excited that week, and since then I've been excited to fill in the role, and yeah.
Your bias?
Yo, first of all, thanks for doing this, brother.
Yes, sir.
And then from there, man, when you look at your starting lineup, you guys had 3 freshmen at very pivotal position. You as a young man, what does it say about where you guys are now and where you guys might can go?
I mean, I just feel like we have just really smart guys on the field. Even though that we're young, I feel like we're mature, and we're still maturing. And it'll be better for us in the future. But and it's good for us now. They have that stat. I think the freshman had like 217 yards, something like that. Like we're doing pretty good out there. So we're pretty excited just to see where we go to in the future. But as of right now, we're just trying to put smart guys out there, guys that are going to do their jobs.
Parth?
Hey, Kane, how you doing? Appreciate the time.
Good. How are you?
Doing well. You spoke about kind of the youth movement and the freshmen. What have you seen from Caedan Lee from the moment he's been on campus?
Yeah, Caedan's just been locked in, ever since he got here. He's been trying to pick up as much, technique and detail as he can from Coach Sider. He's been getting leadership from the other running backs in the room. He's been doing everything he can to become the best football player he can. And then now he, fulfilled the role this weekend, and he did it pretty well. So it's kind of good to see everything come together for him.
Audrey?
Caedan, what's the benefit of having Will right there alongside you, somebody who knows that right tackle spot? Like, are there examples where he's maybe helped you out in game or something like that?
Well, I mean, from week to week, we just have calls and stuff that we have to make, and it's just good having him there. If I miss something, he'll pick up, something for me. He'll say something for me, and we just have certain stuff. We have certain stuff between each other that we talk about. Just because we want to be locked in as we can. We want to communicate as much as possible. So it's good having him there. He's very smart. He knows what's going on.
Tyler?
Caedan, wanted to ask you about Jason Oweh, another guy going back to his home state this weekend like you. Have you gone up against him much this year, or was it more so last year when you were kind of doing scout team work? And how would you describe the matchup that an offensive tackle faces when Jason Oweh is lined up across from you?
I would honestly say me and Jason go against each other more this year. We do a lot of one-on-ones together. And just stuff like half line skelly, things like that. We do a lot of one-on-one pass rush together. And we have a battle, we like to try to, do different moves on each other. He's a really great athlete. His speed is insane. And, being a young tackle, it's good to have a great DN like that, and Shaka and all the other DNs we have, to be able to come out and just, work different techniques on them. But I would say this year, me and Jason are going against each other more. And it's been fun. It's been really competitive.
Joe?
Okay, and Audrey kind of asked a question I wanted to ask about who's helping you out with Will, but anybody else on the offensive line, experienced hands, giving you a little advice or suggestions with you?
Yeah, I definitely consider myself a sponge. So really anyone younger or older who is giving out good tips, I'm always there to listen. So, I definitely take in a lot of wise words from Mike Minute. He always has, different technique stuff because he's been here for a while. And guys like me and Rashid talk about our tips and, just different stuff that, goes for both tackles, just different techniques and stuff like that. I think it's good to, have a wide range of guys to talk to about stuff.
Tobias?
Oh, sorry. I think I was muted. Am I good now? These Zooms are so weird, man. Anyway, so what did it mean for you guys, particularly that first drive, to get it going, especially to see Clifford move the way that he did?
Yeah, it was uplifting, like when you go out and have a really good drive, it kind of sets the tone for the game. And, I feel like that first drive, we put everything together, and, we came back to some of the stuff that we did in that drive later in the game, and, everything started to work out. So.
Parth?
Okay, and you talked about Caedan a little bit, but I wanted to go back to something. Just I guess it's one thing to perform well as a freshman in practice and stuff, but then kind of the performance he had against Michigan. Did you see that coming at all? And if so, what were some of the things that you saw from him that allowed you to believe that he was capable of that?
I mean, we definitely saw it coming. He's a great athlete, and we've seen him do some stuff in practice that not a lot of other people can do. And I forget how much he weighs. Somebody said he's like 220, 230 or something like that. To be that much and receiving like that, he's a great athlete. So I wasn't really surprised to see the way he was running in the game.
Audrey?
Sorry, I couldn't find the unmute button. Going off that, Caedan, with Caedan, Will Levis was telling me earlier that there was a sequence, I guess, in preseason during the Lions Den drill where Caedan was really impressive. Do you remember that? Obviously, we weren't there. What do you remember about that?
Yeah, I remember. I think he had one where he ran into the line and then he bounced it out or something like that. I feel like he had another one where he trucked someone. He had a really good couple of ones, and we were just shocked. Like we haven't really seen him, work in practice yet. So to see him do that, everyone was, sitting back like he's a pretty good athlete.
Tyler?
Wanted to ask you about Will Levis, who we spoke with, I don't know, about an hour ago. What did you see from him and kind of the way he handled the last few weeks, getting the opportunity to start, then kind of losing that opportunity with Sean re-entering the game, contributing in a different way against Michigan? How would you kind of evaluate what you saw from Will Levis from a maturity standpoint, from an accountability standpoint in recent weeks?
Yeah, Will's a really mature guy, so I feel like any week that they, tell him what role he is, he fills it to the best of his ability. Last week he had the good touchdown in the red zone last week, and it was well needed. And we like guys like Will who just are able to fill their role, no matter what's going on. And the way he handles adversity is really well, is really good as well. So, yeah.
Joe?
Caedan, obviously the offense came around this past Saturday after 5 weeks of not great performances. What was the level of frustration while you guys were struggling offensively, and what was it like? What actually turned it around for you guys, you think, last week?
It's a pretty good question. Honestly, I would say that just sticking together as a family. I feel like having Thanksgiving last week even helped us more. Just being able to sit back and think about what we're thankful for as a team and just as a family really propelled us into that game. And having the journey situation going on this year, it just helped us all really come together and work towards a common goal. And everything came to fruition last week.
Audrey?
Hey, sorry, I just forgot to unraise my hand. I'm good. Thank you.
Tyler?
Yeah, Caedan, getting that win in the books on Saturday, does it make this practice week feel different than those that have come before it? Is there a little bit of kind of weight off the shoulders? You just notice kind of the way the team is operating in recent days is a little bit different than maybe what it was the last 4 or 5 weeks?
No, honestly, I feel like yesterday we came out with a lot more energy. I don't feel like we're gonna sit back and be comfortable, with last week. We're trying to move up to 1-0 this week. So I mean, definitely yesterday we had a great. I feel like we had a great practice. We put together a good Tuesday, and we're just excited for this week. We're gonna, come out crazy.
Audrey?
Sorry, I did have another one. Couldn't let you go without asking about the Victory Monday meal. Some of your teammates raved about it. What was the best part of that?
I'm gonna have to say the crab legs, and then a close second for me was the fries. And my top for the whole top three, my third would have to be the shrimp cocktail.
It was that. Did you guys do that last year? I can't remember.
Yeah, we did. We did do it last year.